them, but memory of Mercedes Romano, Miss Bauxite. I don't like Towards Utopia either. The Nova Flare one isn't bad, but the original one I hate. Alright, so disable a couple songs. I'll dislike, re-enable one that sometimes listen to. Whew. These rebels are very much kicking the ass of the Otagon. It's because the rebels start with an overpowered number of ships this early. Later on, it's less ridiculous, but for the early game, it's too much. Yeah, I may have to try some air fried potatoes, or my potatoes all like turn into sprouts. It's like I haven't figured out how I was going to cook them after they're clearly frying them was a disaster. This freaking pan was getting way too hot, and it was burning the oil every time it was smoking up, and that's just really unhealthy. And it wasn't tasting great either. Also problematic for cooking rice, because even boiling water, the bottom of the pot would get too hot, and if the rice even sank to touch it for even a second, it would burn. Terrible stovetop, not very good at all. And I mean, it works, I guess. I blame the landlord for keeping it around as long as it still functions. I'd probably do the same. Most people need to be more frugal. The reduced value of an appliance's ages is often not worth replacing right away. Oh, I would like if you diversify the appliances. Hold on, I had a toaster here though. I have a greater variety of somewhat older appliances than a few really new ones. And then I always have the right tool for the job. Of course, toast isn't particularly healthy either, so the particular way that you usually cook toast creates crossing products, especially some of these gluten-free breads you need to use because they often contain potato flour, which is even worse than wheat flour for creating crossing products. You're better off toasting wheat bread than anything with potatoes in it. But just because it's gluten-free doesn't mean it's healthier. In some cases, it's actually much worse. There's gluten-free crackers. They're often toasted and contain potato flour, for instance. And they're really bad. In fact, one of them I bought once had a formaldehyde warning on it. It even said, warning, this product contains formaldehyde, known to the state of California to cause cancer. It's like actually what it is most foods contain some amount, but if it contains more than a certain amount of formaldehyde, they have to put that warning on. And it's actually a really high amount, so if there's that warning, you should not eat it, honestly. Anything that has that particular warning. A lot of people won't if they see it. For good freaking reason. It's a deserved warning label. An odd factor. Both of these worlds in Tsujimi are getting event chains. I don't know what sudden disappearances is. Pretty sure I know what this is, the odd factor. Odd factory. A well-crafted facility produces high-value resources left on the planet by a different civilization. I'm gonna add odd factory worker jobs in a second. Oh yeah, that's not a specialist tier, it's... Boom. These workers' labor in the ancient mysterious fact of unknown origin. What could go wrong? A lot of things, actually. Hey, I don't have to put a full pop on, so people working it disappear, which can happen. It won't be 100 pops, unless it just decides to remove 100, even if there aren't 100 working there. Which, how can you lose more people than actually work in a factory? Makes no sense. Alright,
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
there's my voltaic production yard on Bits and Secondus. With it, I now have 125 automated jobs. And turn down the amp setting on my microphone. 28 manual jobs supported by 34 labor, but then habitability penalties. Put that now. Oh, base 9. Yeah, this is like 1.8 energy now, so it's a little bit profit. It'll be more as I had more technicians, I guess. Although, yeah, no, I'm better off getting started on an ag district and then automating that, actually. Or mine. Perpetually short of minerals. And my farms actually, I don't want farming subsidies are the most sensitive to stuff like this. Although it's going to be automated farms. Just make sure the workers work as technicians instead of, we'll disable any non-automated farm jobs. Galactic Administration. The administration needs of a star empire is numerous as they are complex. Will rise to the occasion. Star empire, by the way, is the name of government type, which I think you can get when you do Imperial Cult. It'll actually change my assigned government type. Which affects the AI behaviors and stuff. Instead of harmonious collective, any vassals are released will also be star empires, as well as I'm running that civic. Quicksand basins. We have 2 quicksand basin blockers in our colonies. Where? Segemia, maybe? Yep. Where they block the generator districts, which this is going to be a generated world, so it's not great. Go right into another generator district instead of going to an energy grid right away. Here. Anyways, solar remediation, that's probably the right choice. And then there's gene clinics. They do seem to be, based on my experience with the genomic research facilities, in parallel to medical centers. So you can have medical centers, genomic research facilities, and gene clinics all. At which point you have 600 medical workers, and this will reduce medical work upkeep 20%. Which will save you, it's saying 1.9, but I think that's the 5% reductions to 1 per 1.2 consumer goods. and a minus 10% Papa Minis usage for 0.9 exotic gases more than actually the average for the other facilities is around 4.5. So it's not great. I still want to go really, really heavy on just check something. Does it say anything here about providing habitability? Nope, it was sworn I got habitability from the medical centers before. So, still I don't have a source of exotic gases, so I'm not doing genetic healthcare. Plus, I don't have a counselor yet you can add to biology output. Definitely don't want fleet support doctrine. Only make militaries harder to please. So, soil remediation. The process of soil deposition normally takes millions of years. With advanced fracking, chemical engineering, and hydraulic management technologies, even the poor substrate can be turned into fertile subsoil. Yeah, being able to do that in real life would be an enormous benefit. Oh. Not gonna have the energy to spare to move those blockers for a while. Maybe I should just do artificial moral codes. Once I expand the council, I might actually want to run a biology job. Have the biology biology tech, have the biology enhancing counselor, and that'll actually add to research output, and then actually do the special projects, because it costs output as if you were doing the current tech of research, so doing a biology tech with a biology expert. It's a way to go with that. If I did, I'm definitely going to want to do the genetic uplifts, and if I decided for some reason not to do biomorphogenesis, doesn't appear the Ascension perk, the situation, provides any permanent benefits though, so unless there's events that, so I'm actually tempted to do it, and then my successor probably won't even have to take the Ascension perk, and they'll still have the mutation tree already, because they do inherit your traditions. If I do a biological, and if I do an AI rebellion, of course they won't have it, but they'll actually still have, the gene modded pops around that have the special traits, and they can still reproduce naturally, so. Interesting thoughts. Give me a sec. Yeah, but I'm just going to do soil remediation for a different reason. It's the cheapest available tech. I don't think there's something cheaper. Nope. And this will ensure I don't roll it again later. I like the guaranteed options. But because it's cheap, it's tied for cheapest, I can done quickly and have more quickly get to rolling something else that might be useful. And will be useful someday, just I won't actually be wanting to do this tile blockers for a while in Sagemia Prime, so yeah. Unspent civic points. Yeah, now it's time I can reform my government. Well, I'm in no hurry to my ascension, so definitely just do it right away. This costs me unit. Of cults, which I can do dimensional shrines already. Need a wormhole, astral, scar, rift, Elgate, or shred. Well, there are some astral rifts around. But this might add physics output to my knights if I did a Astral Minister. Interesting. Sorry. I probably shouldn't bother with that right now. Extra physics research. I'm just looking, making sure I'm not screwing up. Effective roar scale +5. Bosking. This would actually be pretty useful if I need influence. I do not. Yep. As I thought, Imperial Cult is the best choice. This society has a dominant state religion where the ruler is worshipped as a living deity. I get extra priest jobs on Hesek and Edict Fund. I probably won't actually be running any of those. Reform. Boom. And my whole council stuff. I don't think I lost any progress. Looks like it's in the same place as before. Pause this for a second. Ironically, my militias would be happier without a Minister of Defense, as obscene as that is. I'd be considered to have high naval capacity usage. Especially if I grabbed a tech ticket. I mean, I could bounce out with grabbing a tech. Yeah, so I'm just going to pause it. Yeah, I'm tempted, but I should not do that because this is effectively, I've done the math, it's like 15, 16 energy equivalents a month. That was an energy. But then it'll also be useful for armies, which are going to be training soon. The Starbase upkeep is actually going to get bigger very soon with Star Holds. The best thing I could do be the Master of Guidance. Which, no, wait, this is per skill level. 330 side research. Like level 5. Oof, that could actually really help with the Genesis stuff. Could just not have Minister of Defense for a tiny bit. Do the Master of Guidance thing. Epigenetic triggers. I mean, uplifts. Yeah, that would actually be worth it. Darn it. Alright, as cheeky as this is. Alright, the Master Guidance oversees the complex task for a pre-sapient-based research and uplifting program. Or there's the Prime Herald. Let me just save this in case I'm wrong about the Prime Herald benefiting. But yeah, first Master of Guidance. Then the head of research. Then Prime Herald. Let's see. Jessler should still be my head of research. The air. Prime Herald needs to be there. So guidance could be Wang Zhang here. I always change the counselor without any real problem. Now the lack of a Minister of State, not a huge deal. The Minister of Defense, a little more of a problem. It's gonna cost me a bit of energy for a while. I'll definitely throw in a Minister of Defense once I finish my once I do this agenda. But what I'm going to do, instead of this, is genetic healthcare because it's biology tech. This gives a 30% speed bonus, which is like 99 extra research points per month. But I'm not going to actually do this. Instead, I'm going to put those research points into uplifting pre-sapience on my various worlds. Even see the planets they're on. Hesic, Ascent, Vitsin Prime. Secondus. All worker jobs, worker and menial drones. Yeah, let's start with the Uri then.
Situation log has been updated.
Project to turn the Uri into a fully sapient species. Finishes in 6 months? 6? Oh yeah, because it's like 554 progress a month. Without the Minister of Guidance, it would be 455 progress a month. That would take at least 7 months. Boom. And so all of these points will be diverted and I'll get the benefit of the Minister Guidance. Which is nice, you know, I always thought it was the Master Guidance. I always thought it was weird that the Master Guidance doesn't actually benefit uplift speed, but this is a way for her to do so. Wang Zhang. No actual useful points, just, I mean, traits for being a counselor, just lots of skill. Although 554... There's definitely no overflow in this project, so I just need over 500. I could do the Kaisha. Or... Wait a second. This is a Voidcraft tech. Anastasia or a Nova. Doesn't lose me. Spiritualist authoritarian. Pacifist, all my governing factions. Cool. Because that doesn't have to be the head of research. Expertise voidcraft adds to the progress in engineering. But doesn't appear to be enough to speed it up. Huh. Oh. Charismatic 2. Still 9 months. Still 6 months. Should be just over 500 society output a month here. If it wasn't uplifting, I mean, while uplifting the Uri species. But this will reduce the upkeep of dicks. Charismatic minus 25%. It's this one. Let's see. Minus 7.5. Oh, that wasn't charismatic 2. Minus 7.5. That's 15. Yep, 10. So, yeah, all edict upkeep is reduced by a quarter. And for being spiritualist by 10%. So it's 65%, only 2/3 normal edict upkeep. Plus the Imperial Cult. Now good enough for farming subsidies for sure. Yay, farmer output. Research subsidies is a little more iffy. It's 0.6 research for 1 energy, I think. Usually. Unless, well, biologists, it might be a little better. Yeah, this would be... Yeah, it's normally 6 to be 7. Research subsidies don't make sense usually unless you have tons of energy. Yeah, farming subsidies, those are good. The question is, do I need this guy? His traits, let's just check. Put Wang Zhang back on the council. Nope, I still have excess at the Edict Fund, and now higher level counselors do make agendas happens quicker, so. Yep, alright. Level 5, level 6, level 6, and level 5. Everyone's high level in the council now. Whereas before I was stuck with a defense minister at level 4 in the council. And on Anchor, Prime Herald does add to the output, 10% to all. me one more sec. Sorry about that. I just had to set an air conditioner not be quite so cold. Should save some energy. And I was just looking at this, but the Prime Herald is in charge of our spiritual narrative. The Master of Guidance oversees complex tasks of pre-saving-based research and uplifting programs. The research. And the so-called God Empress. When I finish expanding the council, which progress is faster now, a little bit. 1900 to save 52 months. 19,000, so 1,900 for 5 months. So more than 400 uni a month. Interesting. Knights are more valuable than ever because the Prime Herald buffing them. And that actually makes Squires more valuable than ever too. Since Squires actually had the base output of Knights by running job efficiency, so it's like there's more Knights. But that does actually mean more alloy upkeep as well. Alrighty. There's quite a lot of my allies go into supporting jobs. That's both Roboticist and Knight jobs. The biggest chunk is actually the Knights. 22 hours for them. Then actually by being Knight's Talk's got origin, some always tipping off even before then. Yeah, basically the quest costs me a lot of always. I have to redo some of these planet outputs. In particular, I don't want that many priests. Looks like I was able to get rid of even more than before. I'm not sure how, but 1060 maximum for the job. How is it so many? Let's see. 40 times 9, 360. And 700 from... Okay, 200 from that. So 5. Still 500 priest jobs. I don't know where they're coming from. It must be from... Imperial Cult must add 500 priests. If that's the case, that's a lot. Yep. Maybe someday I'll run them, but not right now. And actually, rather physicist than priests. Might be some more priests than there were before. No, because 360. Yeah, it would have been 564. Might have been a lower number. Yeah. No, it had to have been that number because 4 employees probably what it is, just match your pop growth. Like a gazillion priests. Capital planet. Thinkers got some entertainers. He said they're only 2 tips away from the Galaxy entertainers and they're entertained. Right. Right. about to add some more technicians, some proles here. Make excellent technicians, and they'll be happy because they're uplifted. After this, then I'll move on to the next species, and then the next. 6 months at a time. Just a quote of adding 50 pops a month while I do this. For my research points, 50 pops for 330 society research. It's not a terrible trade-off at all. We're in 6. It's like 600 research for pop in the old system. Because the multipliers. Must be an official. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't really matter who does which of these jobs. Has to be a scientist. Cool. Happy with the council assignments. Farming doesn't need to be particularly emphasized. I got plenty to export, so I'm actually gonna swap to emphasizing technician jobs. Actually. Do that in case I at ag district at some point forget to I'll just leave these alone. Technicians, then farmers. Because I'm currently in a food deficit. So they also had trade, and I can trade food for energy, usually more efficiently than minerals. In fact, trade for minerals more efficiently produce myself. Let's see. Here, yep, this is right. To emphasize. Now technicians are once again the most climate sensitive of worker jobs. So, cool. All the free jobs are farmers. I should actually do this so that Will Felon colonist jobs way over. Nah. Because I'll probably add another category jobs eventually. Prime. Technicians. Yeah, that's right, technicians. Yeah, I'll still do this so if I accidentally have the industry happen, I won't instantly lose as many pops to metallurgists. It's a special case. Working on ag district, they can automate. Thus reduce the food deficit on bits and seconds. All good. So the main thing was deprioritizing farms here and here to some degree. Actually, it's miners that want it. any new pops to go into. Because I'll have too much food as is to export. We'll see. Maybe I'll find I'm suddenly in a food deficit, but I got an infrastructure bill. And the farming subs should really help with the food situation.
System survey concluded.
Yeah. That's done. Smell the air. I'm smelling that food from the air fryer I never made it before. He was making breaded shrimp. Fortunately, I can't eat breading stuff. So I can't make something like that myself, but I'll make some potatoes. Does sound good. Agricultural focus here. Want food to feed into the cloning vats. Introduce planetary deficits. Just cost me 54.7 trade a month. It's quite a bit. I can queue up another Genesis arc. Already. I trade off some consumer goods first, but I should definitely build that other instead of another Corvette. I have right around the right number of Corvettes, it's worth noting, for power projection. Wait, this is a Buckler class? Oh, this is a Sujimia. It's like, what? I'll just leave it as first fleet. Remind me that something's all different. That one of these is not like the other. Not less than that. Which is a cost upgrade. 250. Yeah, I'm certainly gonna cancel that frame class Corvette. Yeah. Alright. Let's pause for y'all. I don't want to cut this in half any second now. Another first contact. Z-aliens in the Arcturus system. Arcturus? Really? Looks like an actual spacefaring empire. Sent the science ship here. There's a pirate fleet here in Vol'dun? Huh. Let's say can't cancel the pie, but the Smekalians are just caravaneers. Guess this ends at 14 days and then I'll reassign.
System survey concluded.
Ah! The caravaneers on screen. We managed to decipher the confusing, repetitive messages the Smekalians were sending us. And it turns out they were commercial advertisements. Apparently they call themselves Racket Industrial Enterprise and Racket Industrial Enterprise. And are part of a group of spacefaring traders that make a living by offering the best deals, or what they claim to be the best deals, to whichever civilization they happen to be visiting at the time. True to form, it appears they're attempting to contact us. Yeah, that was actually it says overflow, but it was Ah. Should have figured that was about to succeed. Alright, I'm just gonna... Frick. I hate throwing away influence. Looks like I saved right after council. I could do this guy. You know what? I actually need the... Well, no, I don't. Enclaves? I probably don't need the voice right away. I'll do this one. Faster general out. As before. Yeah, I know Kaisha as well. She's been idle forever. Just before the Uri thing, you can see 558 a month versus like 456. So yeah, I want to be doing biology. Occurs to me, maybe I actually want to uplift the species on a synth. Increase pop growth. These pops are happier instead of the proles. Conservative pops here. And Genesis Monument. Yeah, there's not enough jobs for them yet. It'll be the second project.
Situation log has been updated.
So same as before. Prioritizing energy over food. Farming subsidies. Cool. Have to finish that. Aid agency. Should probably draw farmers here, or at least partially. Which is a good thing. Trading plenty of excess food, I'm sure. I think that's everything as before. This is 37 influence to completion, so I'm going to do this since another authoritarian option lets me spend influence. Unless... Dare to start and master nature on... Let's go allow more agriculture here. Or mines. No, I'm just gonna do lost bureaucracy. One less thing to have to watch anyways. Although... Do I dare to miss anything here? Yeah. You know what? I don't have to respond to the first contact thing immediately. I know I don't have to. So, boom. Normal speed.
System survey concluded.
This coin is off that way. So this gives me a chance to make sure I'm doing the right. That's correct. That looks more or less correct. Might have done this first, actually. The stopping short thing. Maybe. No, probably not, actually. That looks right. Let's check my science ships. Ah! Federation's End. Nice. This guarantees there are void dwellers in the galaxy. Void dwelling species. These are pre-FDL, but eventually they'll reach FDL. They can be uplifted or whatever. I mean, enlightened or whatever. But that means I can be sure to do a successor emperor that's voidborn by playing basically as them someday. Someday. Conquer the galaxy's Federation's End. It even makes sense in like a post-collapse. I won't ruin the Federation book series for you guys if you haven't watched it too much. Wait. Alright, I wasn't done with the civic aliens. Structured signals. We have picked up repeating readings of unknown nature. The signals seem to follow some kind of repeating syntax, which could indicate sapient origin. Should be investigated further. They seem to be concentrated around a single space station, though it's unclear whether it forms part of a larger spacefaring civilization. So that was with the salvagers here. Guess last time it didn't get a breakthrough, and this time it did. But I knew this one wasn't about to trigger, so I'll just wait on that, knowing it'll give me influence. That is the Arcturus, the P aliens. I give them a different code name this time, I guess. PE. Let's just save in the stuff that I did before. Actually, really need this to succeed. 9% odds, so hope it does.
System survey concluded.
No, it's gonna jump.
Anomalous readings registered.
Alright, that means I probably finished that. Oh, it doesn't look like the, I found an anomaly. Unidentified object. Small rectangular object on the surface of this moon is deflecting all scanning beams like a mirror. Sensors are unable to determine material composition. Alright. This is a job for Ramirez. Investigate. Mr. Gunn's here, and the James Cook. Next month, we'll do the lost bureaucracy thing. Maybe even next video. Guess my... Until I click on this, my envoy's tied up. That's frustrating. I don't think the Master of Guidance effects on Uni output have been calculated yet. So I'm reluctant to click on that till next month. Which whole thing I can also have a new tech same month. I'll make a decision on that, though. I'll save on the first day of the month. There's actually no reason to... trade for some more minerals next game video, too. Alright. Now it's definitely calculating the master gun and stuff. But you guys will have to wait. I accidentally hit the thing. I think that's the council thing. I wasn't trying to open it. I was trying to escape, which is next to it. You guys will have to wait till next video for me to do this contact and get a new tech and respond to lost to bureaucracy, which I think I'll describe the uni it provides. Decide what I'm going to spin on exactly. Give myself a second more to rethink whether I really want to start the biomorphogenesis or just do synth or star nutrition tree even. Anyways, until next time, it's Northstar. Wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May you always find a guiding star to lead home. Adieu, and best luck.